Swansea City again. Again, Liverpool lose to Swansea City. How many times is this going to happen? How many seasons, What's going on, Liverpool fans? It's Ahmet here, back again with another video. I just wanted to review the Swansea Liverpool game, which was an absolute and utter bloody shambles on Monday night. Previous to that, we just toppled the league leaders, the unbeaten league leaders, Manchester City, and all of a sudden we find ourselves going to the Liberty Stadium on a Monday night, and you're thinking you've seen the other games, you know what you need to do to win the game, to keep the points gap, as it is, in a way. And Arsenal beat Crystal Palace. Tottenham, our other rival, more rival than Arsenal are anyway. They ended up drawing 1-1 with Southampton on the Sunday evening, Sunday afternoon, and it was a perfect opportunity for Liverpool to just go to Swansea, bottom of the league, in need of points, but desperate, not playing good football, not picking up any points. They may have won a couple of games in the FA Cup and this and that, and it's just typical Liverpool, as we've done before, and some of our fan base are so deluded and so ignorant to the fact that every time we come up against these kind of teams, the bottom of the league teams, bottom half of the league teams, we end up losing or drawing the bloody game, and you're still sticking up for bloody Jurgen Klopp. I was reading messages on Twitter from other fans saying that, why are these idiots, they're criticising Jurgen Klopp on TalkSport and this and that after one defeat in 18 matches? Because this is the third time he's lost to Swansea. Think of it objectively. Don't think of it as one match. This is the third time since he's been at Liverpool that he's lost to Swansea City. He lost there in 15-16, 3-1. All right, we were going for the Europa League. We were going to the final of the Europa League on our way there. So he had to rest players. He lost that game 3-1. Then last season at Anfield, we were, near the top of the league. We were second. And he ended up losing the game 3-2 at Anfield to a relegation-threatened team again. Bottom of the bloody league, Swansea. And this season again, the 17-18 season. Just when Liverpool are on a good run of form, we've just toppled the league leaders, just beat them, 4-3. It seems like a close game, but it was pretty convincing from Liverpool. Apart from the last 10-15 minutes, we smashed City. It could easily have been 5 or 6, Don't even think that it was a close game. It wasn't a close game, like some, commentators and some pundits like to, make out as if it was a close game. It wasn't a close game. Liverpool deserved to win the game, from start to finish. We started the game so well, and we took it to City, and we got our rewards in the end. We won the game, as we deserve to win the game. But for the love of me, I don't understand. How can you go from 1 week defeating Manchester City and then losing to the bloody bottom team? And our fans seem to think that this is a normal occurrence. It's not a bloody normal occurrence. They're saying that we were bound to lose. Yeah, you're bound to lose to a team. A decent team, not bloody Swansea. Why do you say that this is normal, some of our fan base? Every time you say this, you make it acceptable. It's as if you don't care anymore if Liverpool lose to Swansea, or you don't care anymore if Liverpool lose to the bottom of the league teams. What is going on with our expectations as a football club? It's just bloody ridiculous. I'm fucking pissed off. This keeps happening every season. Just now, when we've got the chance to open up the gap, it would have been 8 points. 8 points with Arsenal. And with Tottenham, it would have been 5 points because they drew away to Southampton. That leaves you in good stead now for the next league match, where you have to play Tottenham at Anfield. They will come to Anfield knowing that they have to win. So they're going to play open football. And then we can finish them off like we do to most of the big teams, the better teams. But what is the point anymore with Liverpool, man? What is the point? Our transfer policies are bloody ridiculous. We can't make a transfer to save our fucking lives because of these idiot owners, FSG, who are just sitting there and watching the club collapse. And they're saying progress. What progress are you talking about, eh? What progress? We haven't won anything, man. We haven't won anything. What have we won over the last couple of years? Nothing. Since Klopp's come in, we haven't won anything. We haven't got close to winning anything. Forget about winning. We haven't even come close to winning it. God's sake, man. And every time we lose a match to these kind of teams, some of our fans, they come out the woodwork and they start making stupid excuses. Oh, it was bound to happen. You're going to lose one game in a while. You know, this is the Premier League. What are you talking about? You didn't have the right attitude, that's why. We didn't go into the game wanting to win it. If we had started the game properly, good tempo, you know, fast tempo, we would have destroyed them. This team is at the bottom of the league. There's a reason why they're there, because they're shit. You know, they're a shit team. That's why they're at the bottom of the league. They can't pick up points to save their bloody lives. But it's just astounding to think that they've just beaten Liverpool, who are supposed to be the most informed team in the country. 18 games unbeaten, you know, 17, 18 games unbeaten, and you go and lose to bloody Swansea. And you think this is okay, Liverpool fans? Are you deluded or something, some of our fans? Are you out your fucking heads or something? No other big team says this. If this happened at Chelsea or Manchester City or United, there would be a crisis. With us, it's just acceptable now. It's just normal. Because our expectations have gone down so badly since FSG have been the owners that we're starting to become accustomed to it now. You know, it's normal for Liverpool. It's typical. Some of our fans are saying it's typical. Why is it typical? Why do we bottle it against the bottom teams? Ask yourself this question. And do not say to me that this is normal. This is not normal for Liverpool. Come on. You've just beaten the league leaders. You can't go from one polar extreme to the other within a week, within 8 days. And we think this is acceptable now, do we? So when are we going to win anything then, Liverpool Football Club? It's bad enough that they've you know, offloaded our most important player, our most creative midfielder, Coutinho, the little snake. He wanted to go anyway. I don't even respect him anymore. But, you know, keep him there. Tell him that you've signed the contract. You need to fulfil your contract. You stay until the end of the season. You don't go nowhere. You understand? But no, this is FSG. As soon as they smell the money, that's it. They sell anyone. They'll sell fucking Salah as well. They'll sell Mane. They'll sell Firmino if they have to. When there's a profit involved, they'll sell anyone, these idiots. Because they're not worried about the club being successful on the pitch. We've seen it over the years now, you know. How much more evidence do we need to actually fucking wake up and get them out of the club? These fucking idiots. They're making me swear now. I don't even want to swear online on the video. God's sake, man. The frustration is just coming up to, it's boiling, you know. The frustration. I can't handle it anymore, man. Just when we think we're on a good run, we're going to actually do something. We're going to get into the top 2, the top 3 of the league. They go and lose to fucking Swansea. It's like a joke. It really is. It's like a bloody joke. Because we've become, you know, we're accepting it now as a fan, as fans. You know, as a club, we're accepting it, losing to these kind of teams. You wait and see now. We're playing bloody West Bromwich Albion on Saturday, FA Cup. It wouldn't surprise me if they play the exact same. They'll play defensive at Anfield, as they did in the league game. So what's going to happen then? We're not going to be able to break them down then, eh? Because I think the problem is with Klopp. He doesn't tell the players that they need to attack these teams from the beginning. You need to start the game from the beginning, attack from the beginning and score the early goal. When you score the early goal, they have to come out and play football. And then you'll beat them even easier. You know, you'll score 3 or 4 past them. What is the matter with this club anymore, man? I don't understand what is going on. And some of these idiots, our fans, are saying that this is acceptable. That's even worse. You know, you're turning into some mid-table team's fans. We're not a mid-table team. We're Liverpool Football Club. This club is one of the most successful in England in the history of the football. One of the most successful teams in European football. And you're accepting losing to Swansea City, who in a couple of months will most probably be in the Championship. You know, do you realise the significance of this defeat now? Do you understand who we've lost to? You haven't lost to bloody Barcelona or Real Madrid, you've lost to Swansea. And this is the third time since Klopp's been here we've lost to these idiots. Third time, not the first time. Last year he lost to Hull City. He lost to Crystal Palace. You know, it's not the first time. He lost to Burnley because he doesn't know how to set up against these teams. The fans that were complaining on TalkSport, you know, radio, the fans that were giving their opinions after the game, they're right. All of them are right. Because we've seen it now over the 2-3 years. It's the same thing keeps happening to Liverpool. The same outcome. And some idiots are saying it's the first game we've lost in 18 games. What about last season? What about the season before that then? Was that the first time you lost to these teams? It's been going on for 3 or 4 years, you muppets. What are you talking about the first time? Be objective. Don't hang on to Jurgen Klopp as if he's the bloody Messiah. He's not the Messiah. And I'm starting to think that he's deluded as well. He's naive because he doesn't have a plan. Every time we say that he's going to win the game against the smaller teams, he does the exact same thing and loses. He plays the same football and he doesn't know how to get past them. He doesn't know how to penetrate their defences, his teams. We've seen it now. The evidence is there for everyone to see. You know, it's conclusive. There's not even a doubt about it anymore. It's just there. So, you know, we can't keep making excuses for Jurgen Klopp as Liverpool fans, supporters. We need to wake up. If he doesn't win anything by May, then he's gone. He should be gone. Just get rid of him, for God's sake. I don't care who comes in as manager anymore, honestly. I'd prefer it to be a quiet, you know, tactically knowledgeable person, a quiet manager. I don't want all this, you know, running around and, you know, joking. And at press conferences, he's making jokes, he's cracking jokes, he's taking it all in his stride and this and that. Forget all this rubbish, man. This is not a fucking showbiz. This is football. Football clubs exist to win trophies, especially Liverpool Football Club. We're not, you know, we're not a circus. We're not here for him to entertain us. We want him to win trophies, man. We want Liverpool to win trophies. But the owners are even worse, you know. We're in January now. We're coming up to the end of January, end of the transfer window. And they're yet to identify a replacement and buy one for Coutinho. What do you expect to do in this league if you're not going to add any players? Manchester United have just gone and bought Sanchez, and they're going to give him £400,000 a week. You idiots, £400,000 a week for Sanchez because they want to win something. They want to be successful. Chelsea are about to sign Edin Dzeko and another defender from Roma, Palmieri or whatever it is, because they want to push on. They want to win something. What are Liverpool going to do, huh? Are we just going to accept it now? We're not going to win anything. You know? Just come out and tell the fans then, so we don't bother supporting the team anymore. I'm a fan of 29 years. It's not the first time I supported Liverpool. I haven't supported this team for 5 years. Like some of the foreign photograph taking fans that we have at Anfield. I've supported this club since the 90s. Since the beginning of the 90s, the 80s even. And every season we went into the season thinking that we're going to win something. This year, last couple of years, you know, 10 years, 5-10 years, we expect to not win anything anymore. You know, we've gotten used to it now. We're so used to not winning anything that we don't even care anymore. You know, some of our fans, they're saying, "Oh, Klopp plays good football, so that's enough." You know, it doesn't matter if we win a trophy. What are you talking about? Huh? This is Liverpool Football Club. Liverpool have to win something, man. Look at Manchester United. Look at Chelsea, City. Why are they winning trophies and you're not? Because you don't invest in your squad. You don't have enough squad depth. Look at our bench against Swansea. Who have we got on the bench that can come on and win the game for you? What, Solanke and Ings and Milner? Milner's 32 years old, for God's sake. He's an old man there. Milner. Clavan's a defender. What's he going to do? He's on the bench. You've got a goalkeeper, a midfielder, a sort of midfielder anyway, defender, another defender, and you've got Ings and Solanke. One is a kid and the other one's been injured all the time, consistently injured. What's he going to do? You know, he had the chance towards the end of the game. What did he do, Ings? He didn't even get any power behind it, the shot. Because he's not used to playing football. He's been out for so long, he's not even up to scratch yet. Adam Lallana, still not fit. You know, we're waiting for him to get back to fitness. He's still not ready. So what is the point in bringing him on then, Jurgen Klopp? Huh? He takes off Oxlade-Chamberlain and he brings on Lallana. It's like a fucking joke. Take off Wijnaldum. Wijnaldum was the reason why we were playing so slowly. Wijnaldum is like a bloody snail. He can't run. Emre Can was like a snail as well. And he thinks too much. Just play the ball simple, quickly. In football, you don't have time to stop the ball and think. You need to be quick. You need to start up attacks so that we can pressurise the opponent. Put them under pressure. If the more you delay the pass, the more they come back into defence. They don't allow you to. They don't give you any space. And that's what happened in the Swansea game. But we're so stupid as a team. Some of our players are so stupid. They're so unaware of what's going on that they can't understand it, you know. There's something wrong with them mentally, because every time they fall behind to these teams, they end up losing the game. Their goal was lucky, you know, the Swansea goal. I'm not saying that they deserve to score the goal, but they got the goal. So after that, you have to attack them. You have to bombard them for the remaining, you know, 50 minutes of the game, whatever it is, 45 minutes. But what did we do? Absolutely nothing. And what happened in the end? We lose the game to Swansea. It's like a fucking joke, man. My God. It depresses me so much, you know, Liverpool. It really does. It's a game of football, I know. Some people are going to say you're going over the top, but this is happening every year now, man. This is happening every year to Liverpool. Why? Why doesn't it happen to other teams and it happens to us? We need to ask ourselves this question. It only happens to them once in a while, but for us, it's a reoccurring theme every year. We're losing to these teams every year. We were doing the same in the 90s. We were doing the same in the 2000s. The amount of games we drew at Anfield and we lost to these shit teams. I remember us, you know, one season we lost to Barnsley, who had only just come up that season. We were supposed to be pushing for the championship, and we lost at home to Barnsley because we don't have the right mentality in these games. We don't have the right, you know, focus. We don't have the right game plan to beat them. And this is evident with Klopp as well. It's no good playing good football against the league leaders, winning the game, and then the next week you lose to the bottom team. What is the point, you know? You're not going to win the league anyway. We know we're not going to win the league. We're too far behind City. But we are able to beat them. This tells me something, you know. You're able to beat the league leaders. So the other teams, you should be knocking them out quickly, without any trouble. Especially Swansea, you know, the bottom teams. This is not even mid-table teams. This is not even, you know, top of the half teams. This is the bottom of the league team. Swansea City, man. If you can't get up for these games, you should be relishing these games as players. If I were a player at Liverpool Football Club, I'd want to smash these teams, you know, the teams at the bottom. I'd absolutely pulverise them. If I know that I've got quality, I'm capable of doing good things, then I go out with the right mentality to win the game. What is the matter with these players? Is it Klopp? I mean, when he gives them the team talk, doesn't he say to them, you need to win these games? Put them under pressure so that they know they have to do it. They have to do the job. But with Klopp, he takes everything, he doesn't take anything seriously. Honestly. I'm starting to think that he doesn't take anything seriously anymore. And he's just becoming an FSG yes man now. Everything they say to him, he is accepting it. You know, we're not going to give you money in this window, so you just sit down and do what you're going to do with the rest of the squad. And he just says yes, because he's on such a big contract, money, you know, whatever it is, 5 million, 6 million a year for 5 years, or whatever it was. I don't even care how much he gets. I care about what he does on the pitch, how successful he makes Liverpool. And to me, it doesn't seem that we're going to be successful under him. It really doesn't. I mean, this is his last chance now, last chance saloon against West Bromwich Albion, because you're not going to win the Champions League. You're not playing like this, you're not. If he doesn't win that game against West Bromwich Albion and we get knocked out, or it goes to a replay, then he's lost it. He really has. He's lost the plot. I don't care if we beat Tottenham anymore, you know. If you're not able to beat these teams, there's no point to it, you know. You're not going to be playing Tottenham and Chelsea every week, Manchester City. This is a marathon. This is a league. 38 games. You need to be consistent. You know, quite consistent. You don't have to win every game, but you need to make sure that you beat these teams, the bottom teams. This is why you're called a big club, you know. You should be having enough to beat these teams on any given day. But you need to take the game seriously. That's the first thing. You need to be up for the challenge. If it's a wet, horrible day, you know, a wet, horrible night at some, you know, low team in the league, you need to be up for it. Our players are not up for it. Look at the chances that Salah missed. You know, he's a good player, Salah. Don't get me wrong. He scored so many goals. But for the love of me, I don't understand how he can't score. He's in the area. He puts the ball wide. Mane as well, and they're saying he slipped. He didn't slip. All he has to do is side-foot it into the back of the net. He's trying to control it. You know, you don't need to control it in the penalty area. Just smash it in. What is going on with this Liverpool team, man? Honestly. Are they taking the piss out of us fans or what? Man, making me angry, you know. You know, sometimes I just get disheartened with Liverpool. I don't even want to speak about them anymore. I don't even want to analyse games anymore because there's no point. Nothing changes. We don't get listened to anyway, the fans. We're puppets. All they think about when they see the fans is money, ticket money, revenue for the club. No one listens to the fans' opinions anymore. No one listens to what other people have to say about the club, how it's being run, or what we're doing on the pitch. Are we successful enough? Should we be doing better? Yes, we should be doing better. Yes, we bloody should be doing better than we are at the moment. And any idiot that says that we shouldn't be, we're rebuilding. According to some people, we're still rebuilding. How many bloody years have you been rebuilding then? Huh? What, 10? 15? 20? Since 1990 we've been rebuilding. What have we rebuilt? Nothing. Mediocrity. Average players. You know, average performances against these shit teams. It's been happening since the 90s, the early 90s. Especially at Anfield, you know. Away from home, you can have the odd bad game. It's normal in a season. But now, I want to see Liverpool win the game against West Bromwich Albion. No more excuses anymore. If they don't win that game, then for me, Klopp just doesn't have a clue anymore. He doesn't know what he's doing as manager of Liverpool Football Club. Come May, he needs to leave. Honestly, I'm going that far now. I'm speaking the truth. I'm speaking what I feel here in my heart, you know. I'm not even making excuses for him anymore. I like the man. I appreciate what he's done over the last 2 or 3 years with, you know, quite limited resources. It's not as if we've spent, you know, the money that Chelsea have done, or City or Arsenal, or Man United, but, you know, Arsenal are in bloody 6th, and they're trying to get, you know, Aubameyang in, Mkhitaryan. Last night they won, they beat Chelsea, they're now in the final of the League Cup. Wenger could get another trophy, and his team has been playing rubbish this year in the league. And they're in the final of a cup, and we're nowhere to be seen, Liverpool. You know, we keep saying that we're in the last 16 of the Champions League. What are you going to do in the Champions League? Do you realistically think that you're going to actually win anything? Do you actually think that you're going to win the Champions League? Come on. You know, don't take the piss out of yourselves. You can't win it, man. With the teams in that competition, we don't have a chance. It has to be a miracle, you know, it has to be something like Istanbul for us to even get to the final. You know, the way we played the other day against Swansea, we won't even be able to get past Porto. Forget about getting to the final. You're nowhere near the final at the moment. You're still in the round of 16. The second round, as it is, after the group stage. You still got the quarter-final, the semi-final, and then you go to the final. There's no guarantee that we're going to beat Porto the way we're playing. Honestly, I don't feel confident. I have this nagging feeling in me that we're gonna end up getting dumped out of the competition by Porto. because we can't defend to save our bloody lives. They keep telling him there's a problem with the goalkeepers. He doesn't budge, Jurgen. He doesn't feel that there's any problems. Are you deluded, Jurgen Klopp? For God's sake, you know. Karius can't save a shot to save his fucking life. Mignolet's flapping all over the place. He's another panic goalkeeper. He has the odd good game once in a while, but they're worse than each other. You know, they're not. These are not the type that the type of goalkeepers that we should be relying on. Liverpool need to have quality goalkeepers, as they've had in the past. You know, the man who just passed away a couple of weeks ago, Tommy Lawrence, outstanding goalkeeper. Ray Clements, outstanding goalkeeper. All the other goalkeepers we've had, even Elisha Scott, back in the 1900s, you know, the 1910s, outstanding goalkeepers. Hardy, you know, Sam Hardy and all these other goalkeepers we had, they were all brilliant goalkeepers. What have we got now? We've got bloody Mignolet, and we've got Karius, and we've got Bogdan. Fucking Adam Bogdan is your third choice goalkeeper. Do you realise how rubbish he is? Do you realise what level of football he is at? He doesn't even deserve to be at a Premier League team, let alone at Liverpool. Bogdan. Oh God, God help us, you know. If we're thinking that these goalkeepers are going to bail us out, then God help us, because we're in serious trouble. I'm telling you. The feeling that the front players have, the midfielders, is every game we need to score 2 to 3 goals to win the game, because that defence is shaky. That goalkeeper is, you know, unreliable. You can't rely on them to do anything to keep the opposition out. Slowly I'm starting to lose, you know, I'm starting to lose my interest for Liverpool Football Club, really. I mean, I'm a hardcore supporter for so many years, but now, you know, in the future it's going to be all about the big teams anyway. There's no point in actually following the game of football anyway, because it's just going to be between the big teams, you know, the teams that have money, the teams that spend all the money, and if FIFA and UEFA don't actually do anything and limit their transfers and say to them you can only make a couple of transfers, then it's going to be over. The other teams are going to be nowhere near them, you know, as it's starting to happen now already in the big leagues in Europe, you know. And that we have owners that have no ambition whatsoever. All they think about is the bloody money in the bank, the profit, the business model. This is a football club, for God's sake. This club exists to win trophies, to win league championships. We're not some, you know, any team in England, you know, that you can just come and buy and then you do what you need to do for your business. Liverpool is not like that. You need to, the fans of this club, the worldwide fans of this club demand success. We've always demanded success, Liverpool Football Club. And to see us in this shambolic situation, it's just depressing, you know, it really is. I know that I'm ranting at the moment, you know, it might seem that I'm going over the top, Liverpool fans, but do you blame me though? Do you blame me when I see the same thing happening every year? You see the same thing happening every year. All the fans see the same thing happening every year, and yet nothing changes. We don't rectify our mistakes. We don't move on from our mistakes. Instead of becoming better, we become worse, you know. We were slating Rodgers that he's this and that, and he didn't know how to run the, you know, to make Liverpool successful. But Rodgers did a good job. He got Liverpool to second in the league. He nearly won the championship. Do you realise how close we were to the championship? 2 points between us and City. If we beat Chelsea or we draw that game, we win the title. It's as simple as that. You know, we were that close to it, touching distance. And even he got us to 2 cup semi-finals. He got us to the League Cup semi-final and the FA Cup semi-final. But what is he going to do with average players? You know, he ended up losing his best players, Rodgers. And because of these idiots in charge, he wasn't able to replace them. They brought in a load of trash. You know, the likes of Balotelli and Lambert and Barini and Lazar Markovic in midfield. These type of players. What are you going to, you know, what are you going to achieve with these players in the Premier League or in the cup competitions? Nothing. We need to stop this Jurgen Klopp, keep sticking up for Jurgen Klopp. It doesn't matter who the manager is. If they don't do their job, if they're not successful, then they leave. They move on. We get somebody else in. Liverpool Football Club are not reliant on Jurgen Klopp, We've got many old players that we can bring in. We've got many other options that we can bring in as manager. This club does not rely on one person, Why were the managers of the past successful in the 80s and 70s? I ask you this question. How were they successful? Because they came from the boot room philosophy, and they would promote from within. One person would go out the door after a spell of, managing the club, and then the next person would come in. The next person that's been built up to be manager. They would come in and they would do exactly the same or even better than the previous manager. But now we're relying on foreigners, Foreign manager, foreign players, foreign owners. This is Liverpool, man. We need to have a local, a local base as well. We're not even getting any local players in the team anymore. They're all gone. There's no local basis to the team anymore, the club. It's just foreign players. Mercenaries, some of them, I call them. I'm not slating them because they're foreign. It's just the truth, because they don't care about Liverpool Football Club. They don't take it as seriously as a local lad would, a local product of the academy would. It's the truth, we have to see this. We have to start, raising our own talent as well in Liverpool, raising the local players so that they can get into the first team. And when they wear the shirt, they wear it with pride. They want to be successful for the city that they were born in, the city that they were raised in. But some of the foreign players, they don't care. They're only after the money, the wages. Look at Coutinho. What happened with Coutinho then, eh? He wanted to go because it's all about the money to him. He doesn't even care about Barcelona. Don't give me all this bullshit that he wanted to go there, it's his dream. It's all rubbish, man. It really is. He doesn't even care about Barcelona. If he doesn't get into the team, he's going to move on from there in a couple of years. You wait and see. Suarez proved himself. He went there from Liverpool, but he's proved himself. But if Coutinho doesn't have a good run in the team, then he's going to be out the door in a couple of seasons. You don't have a chance in these teams if you're not successful consistently. If you don't play well, then you end up on the bench or you end up out of the squad altogether. You don't even get anywhere near the team. Don't kid yourselves, This is the mentality that Liverpool should have as well. If they don't play well, then you don't put them in the team. But with Jurgen Klopp, we've seen it in the past. He keeps relying on these bloody goalkeepers. They're both rubbish. I don't want to slate my players, but it's the truth as a Liverpool fan. What do you want me to say? Do you want me to keep lying? Why do we keep lying to ourselves as Liverpool fans? We need to speak the truth now. We need to demand good players, quality players. They've got the bloody money, but they don't spend it, FSG. And now they're making excuses for them. Oh, they've already spent 75 million on Van Dijk. Come on. What are you talking about? They've got money in the bank. Who did they buy in the summer? Salah and Oxlade-Chamberlain. Who else did they buy? Nobody. And they've bought in Van Dijk, This is the money that you have to pay from now on for players. 70, 80, 90, 100 million. So you need to get used to it. If you're not used to it, then you sell the club. Sell it to someone who's, they're willing to pay the money for players. Don't just sit there and accept it and then watch Liverpool go down the fucking drain. Come on, Liverpool fans. Let's get together, Let's get together. Let's make our voice heard. This is not good enough anymore for Liverpool Football Club. Every season we're living the same nightmare. We're reliving the same nightmare every year. We go on a decent run and then we lose to a shit team and then we get deflated. There's no purpose left in the season anymore. This season is finished anyway. City are going to run away with it, the Championship, it seems, unless there's a major miracle. We're the only ones who have beaten them up until now, and I don't see anyone else beating them. There's no one else in this league that can stop them. Maybe Manchester United, but they're not going to win at the Etihad. United, I don't see it happening. They've lost at home to City. Maybe Chelsea. Chelsea are the only realistic team that can beat City. It's going to be too late by then. You know, they'll probably have the title wrapped up by the time they play Chelsea City. So what is left? We've got the Champions League and we've got the FA Cup. So what do you need to do now as club owners? You've lost your most attacking creative midfielder in Coutinho. You need to be identifying a replacement and going out and buying them now, as of now. Don't wait for the summer, you know, just because you've signed Keita up. What's the point in having Keita? You might not even be in the Champions League next year. Do you realise how serious the situation is? If you drop down the table, you won't even be in the Champions League next year. What is Keita going to do to the team then? I want to be successful in Europe as well, not just the Premier League. Liverpool should have a squad capable of doing well in 2 or 3 competitions in a season. But we don't have that squad. You know, Klopp was playing the bloody children against Exeter 3 years ago. I've never seen those players. And have you seen them since then? He got rid of them. They're all garbage, the young players. They're not fit to even get, you know, to play for Liverpool Football Club. They don't deserve to be in Liverpool Football Club, these players. And we've still got Deadwood at the club. You know, Bogdan as a goalkeeper. He's never in the squad anyway. Get rid of him. Lazar Markovic, he's still there. Get rid of him. Why are you keeping these players? Sturridge. Our fans are saying Sturridge. What's Sturridge going to do? Eh? You're relying on Sturridge to bail you out now. He can't run anymore, man. Have you not seen the games? He can't run anymore. He's of no use to Liverpool anymore. He doesn't have pace. Finishing ability, yes, he has. But there's no point to it because he can't do anything. He can't run after the ball. He can't, you know, take on defenders and beat them. He can't strike the ball from 20 yards, 25 yards. He's a poacher in the area. That's it. If you give him the ball in the area, maybe he scores a couple of goals. That's it. What else can he do? Ings, he hasn't played for 2 years. By the time he gets fit, the season's going to be over. It's too late. Solanke, too young, inexperienced. Where's your quality replacements? Your strikers, you know. There's no one there. No one on the bench to change the game. Sorry. I'm fed up of it, man. You know, we're fans. We want to see our team be successful. We want to see Liverpool lifting a European Cup again. We want to see Liverpool lifting the Premier League title. But we're not going to see it, are we? We're not going to see it for so many years now because we're falling so behind, so far behind the likes of City and Chelsea, and even United now. United have just brought in Alexis Sanchez, and they're already doing the groundwork to bring in Gareth Bale in the summer. They've already got a decent team, a decent squad. With these additions, they could be the Championship favourites next year. If they weren't so far behind City this year, it would have been, you know, neck to neck. They would have been fighting out for the Championship this year. And where are Liverpool? We've beaten City, yeah. We beat City. What else have we done? Too many draws, man, at Anfield. You've drawn with Everton, drawn with West Bromwich Albion, drawn with Chelsea. The list goes on. Away from home, Newcastle, Watford, you know, Burnley again, we drew with at Anfield. How many points have we dropped in these games? Because we don't take the game seriously, these players. They don't care, you know. There's no point in turning up for the big games if you don't do it on a consistent basis. You have to take every game the same. Doesn't matter if it's Burnley, Swansea or Manchester United, City, Arsenal. Every game is important in the league. If you actually think that you want to win the title, you have any aspiration, then you need to take it all seriously, not just one game or 2 games. Anyway, Liverpool fans, that's, you know, I'm sorry about, you know, my negative approach to the video, but honestly, I mean, I didn't even want to do the video, but I just had to get the stress out of me, you know, because if I don't talk, then I'm going to end up smashing something. I'm going to end up damaging something, you know, because it pisses me off so much, our fans as well, our fan base, when they say that it's normal. It's not bloody normal. It's not bloody normal. Maybe to you fans it's normal. Maybe to the new fans, you know, the foreign fans who think that, you know, this is the Premier League. It's not normal. It's normal because we accept it to be normal. If you actually do something about it and you change your approach, then you will see Liverpool winning these games 90% of the time, 95% of the time. Liverpool will beat these teams as they did in the past, you know. How did they win the championship in the past, Liverpool Football Club? By beating these teams, by beating the mid-table teams, and then beating a few of the top teams or drawing with them, and they would win the title at a canter, because once you've beaten the rest of the teams in the league, it doesn't even matter if you beat the big teams. You'll be right up there. You'll be fighting for the title. You know, 2 + 2 = 4. We can't be that stupid, our fans, that we don't realise this, you know. Wake up. Wake up and smell the coffee and see the truth. Don't make excuses for the team anymore, for the players. They're not good enough against these teams. I want to see them now go out and beat West Bromwich Albion. Don't give me any excuses anymore, you know. If they don't beat West Bromwich Albion and they get knocked out of the FA Cup, I'm not watching the games anymore. I don't care about the Tottenham game. I don't care about top 4 anymore. Top 4 is not a target. Top 4 is not a trophy. It's not success for Liverpool Football Club, you know. Despite what some of the pundits say and some of the videos on YouTube, some of the comments that the fans write down, you know, they send on YouTube or Twitter. Top 4 is not success. It doesn't mean anything. Arsenal got top 4 for 18, 19 years. What did they do in Europe? Absolutely nothing. They didn't have any quality to do anything. As soon as they got through the group stage, they're knocked out. As soon as they meet a good team in the next round, they're gone. They're knocked out. It's the same with Liverpool. You know, don't even think that we're going to beat Porto. Don't even believe this rubbish. It's not that easy, you know, football. If you don't have the quality players that can change the game on the day, then you're not likely to beat anybody who's in front of you in the second round. It doesn't matter if it's Porto or Shakhtar Donetsk. Shakhtar Donetsk have been doing well in Europe as well. They're a Ukrainian team, but they've invested in good players, in a good squad, and they've built up their players over the years. They've got more experience than bloody Liverpool have in the European Cups last few years. Shakhtar Donetsk of Ukraine. Can you believe that? You know, how many times have we participated in the Champions League the last 10 years? Maybe twice, 3 times. And we're falling even further behind, you know. I want to see a couple of players brought in by the end of this window as well. Don't even give excuses anymore, FSG. If you're going to give excuses, just leave the club. Sell it to somebody else and on your way, go. Because we're fed up of it now, Liverpool fans. We're absolutely, you know, this is diabolical, the way we're being run. We're like a shambles, we are. We're becoming a joke of a club. I don't even want to say that we're a joke. You know, it really breaks my heart to say that we're becoming a joke of a club. The players that we bring in, how do you say, the expectation levels that we have as a fan base are just going down the drain, you know. It's becoming even worse. The players that we bring in, the players that we think that we should bring in, our expectations are going down because of FSG. They've gotten us used to, you know, bringing in young players, young unproven talent. We're starting to accept it now. We're starting to think it's part of the norm. It's not the norm, man. Teams like Liverpool, Manchester United, Manchester City, Chelsea have to buy quality players. This is what makes you a big club. This is what makes you, you know, one of the best in the league in Europe. This is what, you know, separates you from the other teams, the mediocre teams. Otherwise, there's no difference. You know, you're going to start falling into their category. We're going to start falling into the category of Europa League qualifiers instead of Champions League qualifiers. And once that happens, once you get used to that, then you're going to sink even further down. You're going to start going into mid-table in the league. You're accepting average performances, average players that can't actually do anything in a game, can't affect a game. Anyway, Liverpool fans, sorry about the rants and the complaining and this and that, but for God's sake, we need to wake up as a club. We need to expect so much more, and we need to start winning things. Because I don't care if it's Jurgen Klopp or 2-Bit Bob. I don't care who it is, the manager. If they don't win anything, then you send them on their way. We've given him 3 years now to rebuild the squad, to get his own players in, and he's still relying on his goalkeepers. He's still relying on bloody Lovren and Moreno. Moreno's gone, man. Moreno is, you know, liable to make a mistake at any given time in any game. Robertson is too young. You know, you saw him against Swansea the other day. He's too young. He doesn't know what to do in certain positions. He may be a decent left back, but he's not brilliant. You know, we could get better. We could buy better players in his place. Even Milner was better than him last year, you know. Milner affected the game more than Robertson has. All right, Milner's crosses may be not the best in the world, but he changed the game on a number of occasions last year. He scored 10 penalties or whatever it was, 5 penalties. What has Robertson contributed? He hasn't got 1 goal yet, you know. He hasn't scored a single goal. He hasn't assisted a single goal, I don't think, this year. He gets forward, he makes good runs, but that's about it. There's no end product. End product is what makes a player good. Not just because he runs around like a maniac, like a headless chicken. We did that last season as well. What happened? By the time we came to January time, we'd run out of steam. We were on the floor. We didn't have any energy left. And that's what ended up costing us the league title last season. And the fact that Mane went to the Africa Cup of Nations. So anyway, Liverpool fans, hopefully we beat West Bromwich Albion on Saturday in the Cup and we progress to the 5th round. But it's not going to be easy because there's still good teams left in the FA Cup. But to me, in my opinion, that is the only chance we have of a trophy this year. So we need to put all our eggs in that basket. Prioritise the FA Cup, Jurgen Klopp. Don't even play around in it anymore. Don't even think about playing any young players. Because if you get knocked out of the FA Cup, there's going to be hell's going to break loose, I'm telling you. You don't take the situation seriously, I see sometimes, Jurgen Klopp. You need to take it seriously. Don't say that this is the FA Cup and this and that. If you take the game seriously, we should win it against West Bromwich Albion. Don't even make excuses anymore. They're not tired, these players. They're not tired. Don't give me that rubbish. Yeah. Don't give me all that rubbish that they're tired and their fitness levels have gone down and this and that. You win that game on Saturday at Anfield. It's at home. We have to win that game. And then we see who we get in the 5th round. But from now on, you're not going to get any easy teams. You know, if the likes of Manchester United, Manchester City and Tottenham go through, we could easily get one of those in the 5th round. So you need to be prepared for whoever the opponent is. And we take it from there, Liverpool fans. And thank you for listening to the video. If you've got any comments, make them in the comment section below. Like and subscribe to the video. And I'll talk to you later. I'll talk to you after the game. Hopefully a victory against West Bromwich Albion. And we can go into the Tottenham game with a bit more confidence, the Huddersfield game. We wait and see. Anyway, thank you for listening and have a good day. See you later on.